Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit more, not a little bit more serious, but this is going to be my plastic surgery experience, my story, what I went through with plastic surgery, what I've had done, why I did it, how I recovered, how much it cost. All that information is going to be on this video. Now, I've had 2 procedures done, and one of them, the first one that I've done, I had it over a year and a half ago, and it's taken me this long to even talk about it, just because it's a really controversial subject, and I wasn't sure if it was the right thing for me to do, to share so much with you guys. And this is a part of me, this is who I am, and anything that I've done, I do as a grown woman. It's a decision that I make for myself as an adult. I'm not 12 years old wanting plastic surgery. I'm a grown woman in my late 20s. And I know what I'm doing, so I feel like I should just, I feel like I've been such an open book with a lot of you that I wanted to share this as well. Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't really understand plastic surgery, or that are so against it. They feel like you don't love yourself if you have plastic surgery, or you feel like you're not secure about yourself if you get plastic surgery. But the way that I see it for myself, if I see something physically that I want to change, even internally, if I see something physically though, because that's what we're speaking with about plastic surgery, I'm going to do what I can to change it, to make myself feel better. So if I pack on 10 extra pounds, if I don't want those 10 extra pounds on me, I'm going to go work out. Just like I got braces because I didn't like my teeth. I got braces to fix my teeth so I have a nice, perfect little smile. And that's exactly why I did certain things with plastic surgery. So if you disagree, we're all open to our own opinions, and I 100% support any either positive or negative opinion. At the end of the day, it was my choice. I did it for myself, and I'm very, very happy with the choice that I made for myself. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, and as long as my husband and my son are happy and they're well taken care of, my choice does not affect anybody. So I just had to throw that in there as a little disclaimer. So yeah, and I'm going to start off by telling you guys what I got done. I got breast implants, breast enhancement, and I also got rhinoplasty. And rhinoplasty is the latest surgery that I had, and that was less than a month ago. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm still healing. My eyes are still, my veins popped, so my eyes hemorrhaged, and they're really red. Not as red anymore, but they were bloodshot red. Now, I'm going to start off with my breast implants because that's the first thing that I got. And if you know me, you know that my style is not about flaunting my boobs. It's not about showing them off to anybody. That's not who I am. And growing up, I had about, my size was an A for the most part of my life. Growing up, I never really developed. All my friends developed really fast, but you know what? It never bothered me that I didn't have big boobs. As a matter of fact, I was disgusted by big boobs. My older sister had like size D's, and I was thought, oh, big boobs. I was just like completely grossed out as a little kid. As a teen, even in high school, I was like, ugh, I don't want big boobs. They're gross. I just thought they were disgusting. So it's not like I always wanted breast implants, that's not the case for me. I was so happy with my flat chest. I had an A, I think I went up to a B, and then when I got pregnant, I went all the way up to a full C. Now, if you're a mom and you breastfed, you know that your boobs grow so big and they get full of milk. And after you stop breastfeeding, or after you stop producing milk, they sort of just disappear. That's the reason I went in for a consultation, and the consultation was actually really easy because I went in with the doctor, really awesome doctor. He did both of the procedures. He's all about 100% natural work. So I went into the consultation, and I tried on a bra. And that bra had like little slots where you can put the implants. So I tried different sizes, and I looked in the mirror. I even took pictures to see how, what size fits my frame the best. And it's not really about letters. It's about you know, the size of it. It's not like an A or a B or a C cup. It's nothing like that when you're getting breast implants. So I tried on different sizes, and I ended up going with a pretty large size that was still great for my size because it gave me shape. Now, I don't have any curves either. So when I got breast, it gave me more curves, which is awesome. I loved it. And so I picked out a size, and even though I picked out a size, the day of the surgery, he was still you know, trying to figure out, like, he still worked around it to make me look the best, like, as natural as it could look. And yeah, so it was just one initial consultation, and then I went in, and after that I made my appointment, and I wanted it, you know, just to get it over with, to do it, because I was so excited, and I did it. Now, after I got out of surgery, you know, well, before that, they do the IV and all that, and then you check in really early in the morning. Nothing major, really, that you do. They do a little bit of blood work, and that's about it. And then a few hours later, I was out, and I was just, I had, like, this supportive bra. I couldn't see my boobs, but I just, like, looked at myself. I was like, oh my gosh, they look huge. You know, they just look like humongous. I was a flat-chested girl, and it just looked humongous. And I was in so much pain though, guys. I was in so much pain. I got home, and actually when Jesse put me in the car, because he went around the side of the building to a side door where the patients come out, I could not move. I was in so much pain. I was in the back seat, and I was like, oh my gosh, don't, like, any little turn that he did, I was like, oh my gosh, turn slower. And he was already turning really slow, but I was like, any little movement, I was in so much pain. And all I did for the week after that, when I got home, it gave me, like, really strong medication, and then I still felt pain though. I was even like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to, like, I regret it. I'm like, this is so much pain. It was really painful, guys. The breast implants, that was no joke. But physically, everything looked great. It was a lot of pain. Now, I had to sleep going, like, almost sitting up for a few days for the swelling. And, you know, the recovery was actually really great. After a week, I was able, if I wanted to, I actually did go out, and I even shot, like, some outfits of the day. I went out to the food store, and one of those outfits of the day, which was in March, the same month, I think it was like a week and a half after I got my surgery, that's when you guys started to notice, and that's because they were still very swollen, and I wasn't wearing a bra. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture to show you guys. This was soon after the surgery. They were still really swollen, and they were up here. You know, they still had to settle and drop and go back to their natural size. I ended up getting saline implants, and the way they did it, they just did like half a circle incision around both of the top of my nipples, and they inserted the implant through there, and it was really easy. It healed really fast as well. By the way, guys, I love my boobs. My boobs, a lot of you were like, your boobs look so great, and, you know, did you get, like, a special bra, or what is it? Was it the breastfeeding? A lot of you couldn't really figure out, and it's because they look natural. Now, the some people that could figure it out is because I was completely flat. Now, I'm a 32D, and if the doctor ever told me he was going to give me a 32D, I would have been like, heck no, because I was so disgusted by big boobs back then. I was like, ew, I don't want a D, that's huge. So now I got a 32D, and they look amazing. I don't need to wear a bra, which is so cool. So if I have, like, special dresses, all I do is wear nipple cover-ups, and they're, like, up here, and they're just perfect. And they're perky, they're, like, just so awesome. They're the perfect size. I have beautiful cleavage if I wanted to, and I love them. I'm so happy with that decision as well. And yeah. It's Sunday, and I was planning on filming the whole video yesterday, but my memory card ended up getting really full, and then I had to do a whole bunch of other stuff afterwards, so I just didn't have a chance yesterday in the afternoon to finish off my whole rhinoplasty story, and I know or my whole plastic surgery experience. And I know this video is going to be kind of long, so I hope you guys don't mind, but I have a lot of information to share with you. And so let's just jump right into the second part. I left off in my why I got rhinoplasty, which is the latest, I'm saying it like the latest thing that I've done, but no, but that's the surgery that I had recently done, which was about almost a month on the 9th of October is when I got it, and I got it on the 9th or the beginning of October, because I wanted to make sure that I'm somewhat healed for the holidays, because I'm not fully healed. Even though I look 100 times better than I did after my surgery, guys. Now, remember how I told you about my surgery for my breast implants, that I felt like it was just a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort, and I looked fine though. I looked great, but internally I just felt a lot of pain. Now for my nose, I did not feel any pain at all. I only felt some discomfort, but I did not feel any pain to the point where I couldn't do anything. Really, I feel like it was really painless. I took some really strong medication, but I looked really bad. Oh my gosh. But we'll get into that story later. I just looked horrible. I looked like you guys would not recognize me, and you would be so afraid of anything if I showed you my face. But anyways, okay. So now the reason I wanted rhinoplasty is because I had a really broad nose. My nose was really wide, and I also had a bump here. I don't know if you guys, well, obviously it's gone now, but that's the main reason I wanted a nose job, was because I had a bump here and I wasn't happy with my profile. Now, saying that, it's not that it didn't make me feel self-conscious, because nobody has ever said anything like, oh my gosh, you have a nose, like your nose is big, or you have that bump in your nose. Nobody, even on YouTube, nobody has ever said anything about my nose. So it's not like that's something that's really bothered me, but I wanted a more delicate and softer looking nose, because in some of my pictures my nose looks really big, and when I smile especially, and also my nose, the new nose that I have now, as you can see, this is kind of round actually, because it's still healing. The healing process for the nose job that I had, it's going to take up to 6 months to a year for it to fully heal, and that just means all the swelling to go away. So it's been almost a month since my surgery, and you can see, like, if I turn sideways, my profile is a lot better, and my nose, my whole face changes. I am so happy. I'm so obsessed. I love it. I'm so happy. And so yeah, I don't have the bump. It's nice and just like this. Perfectly, like just how I wanted it. Now this tip, the tip of my nose, that's still really swollen, because it's not supposed to look like that. It's really round almost. I feel like almost like a clown nose sometimes. Sometimes it looks like that, because sometimes it swells really bad and then other days it doesn't. It really depends. But yeah, it's still kind of swollen. It's gonna swell down. Hopefully in the next 5 months, it's going to be a little bit pointier and just more defined. The tip is going to be more defined. Now, I also have like a little plate inside, because the tip is really hard. And the tip is, after a whole month, or after almost a whole month, it still feels, what do you call it? It still feels numb. And it's been almost a whole month, and this still feels numb. It's also a little hard. But yeah, the sides of my nose also were really swollen, or they looked swollen before. In my other nose, it was really big. My nose actually starts here now. Before, it started back here. Like the bone was all the way back here. So now it's a lot softer, and I love it. The thing is about this mole here, it actually makes my nose look like it's bent a little, but it's straight. So yeah. Now, let's rewind. Okay, so now I'm going to rewind back to the consultation. So I had an initial consultation, and I told the doctor what I wanted done, which was I wanted the bump gone, and I wanted a more delicate nose, not as broad. And even before I told him that, though, he looked at my nose and he told me, this is what you need done. He told me what I wanted done before I even told him, which was great. So I already know that I'm in great hands with that doctor, because he's amazing. He does amazing jobs, and a lot of people that have bad plastic surgery experiences, they go to him to get fixed up. Now, okay, so that's the initial consultation. I did it. He looked at my nose. We talked about it a little bit, and then I set up as soon as possible the next or my surgery date, which was I think about 2 weeks after the consultation, because a week after I had to go get in blood work and all that. And then after the blood work, I scheduled my surgery, and I went in the next day around 5 in the morning. Now, it's very simple, you know, just like the surgery that I had for my boobs, as far as like the whole procedure leading up to the actual surgery. But this time, guys, I felt really, I had a lot of anxiety. I almost wanted to start crying when I was in the bed already, like in my gown and the little hat, and I was just waiting. They had given me, they put an IV, and while I was waiting there, I started to have a terrible panic attack because I just felt, I felt something inside when I was just sitting in that bed, like I was just waiting, and I knew the surgery was coming, and this didn't happen to me when I got my breast enhancement, but seriously, the second time I felt so much anxiety inside that I wanted to start crying, and I felt scared, and I almost wanted to tell the doctors and the nurses that I didn't want to do it anymore because I felt such terrible anxiety. And you know, I think it's because they had me waiting for like an hour in that bed, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it, it's in my face, I'm so nervous, and it was just like a lot of waiting. So I felt like that's the main reason why I felt a lot of anxiety. And I even told the nurse, I'm like, I don't feel good, I don't feel good, I don't want to do this. You know, they were like reeling me into the surgical room. I was like, I'm scared, I don't want to do this. I was shaking, and she's like, what's your favorite music? She was just trying to calm me down and everything. And then the whole room was cold. The surgery room was cold, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm cold, I'm uncomfortable, I'm like anxious, I just didn't feel well. And you know, as soon as they gave me the thing, I was like out in heaven. And the surgery passed a few hours later, and they, you know, they're trying to wake me up and all that, and I put on my shirt. I actually have this shirt on because they told me to bring a shirt that you button up so you don't put anything over your head. And yeah, they woke me up. I saw myself. They gave me a mirror. I couldn't breathe, which felt really weird. They gave me a mirror just to look at myself. And I had a cast on top of my nose. So I had this white cast that went all the way up to here. And I had that on. And then my nose was completely stuffed because it was swollen. And they didn't pack it because sometimes some doctors pack your nose with some, like a gauze in both nostrils, like way up here, and then you have to take them out yourself like a few days later, and you take them out as like this big gauze. So thankfully, I didn't have that, but I thought I did because I couldn't even see inside my nostrils. It was so swollen, there was a lot of blood, and it was all dried up. So I couldn't breathe through my nose at all for maybe 4 days. I get home and you know, I'm able to walk and all that, but I'm feeling a little like just a little out. I think it's because of the medication. They wheel me into, they put me in a wheelchair, and then you know, my husband picked me up and all that. And then I took a picture and I sent it to my friend, my best friend Morgan, because she was the only one I would ever send anything like that. And I sent her every day, well, my sisters as well, but you know, I was like, this is how I look. The next day, this is how I look. Update. I was just updating her on how like every step and how worse and worse my face was looking. So like I said, I didn't feel any pain, but the only discomfort that I felt was when I went to sleep. You had to sleep like this, you know, a little bit elevated because of the swelling. You don't want to sleep completely flat because if not, your face and your nose and everything is just going to swell up because of the blood. So I slept like that for the most part, which wasn't uncomfortable, but I had to breathe through my mouth the entire time, obviously, because if not, I'm going to die, but I had to breathe through my mouth the entire time. So in the middle of the night, my throat was completely dry. I would also cough a lot because every time I took a deep breath, or any little breath actually, it was so dry, my throat and my whole mouth, that I would just start coughing so bad. And it just sucked because you're like you're just breathing through your freaking mouth. And I could brush my teeth and do all that. And I tried to drink not a lot of water, but I did drink a lot of fluids the first days. My husband just gave me, he would bring a lot of food up, and obviously the medication that I was taking. They also gave me a patch just in case I felt nauseous, and they also gave me medication just in case I felt nauseous as well, and some medication for any what do you call it? Oh my gosh, train of thought. Oh, and they also gave me medication in case I had an infection or just to prevent any infections. So every day that went on, initially when I got out of the surgery, I just had a little bit of bruising, but as the days progressed, my eyes even got to a point on the third, fourth day, they completely shut, one of them, this one. It was completely shut, this freaking big. All of this was purple. I had a lot of yellow down here, and my cheeks even got so big that they started to like, they were so heavy, I don't know, they were just like that, like drooping. And then my eyes were completely bloodshot red. Now, I looked really bad. I seriously looked like I got hit in the face with a bat or with I don't know. I just looked really bad, guys. And it wasn't even painful. Like my family, my mom would come over to see me, and they even saw like, wow, like you look so different. I couldn't even smile or talk or anything because I felt everything was so stiff. And overall, it's just visually, it's an ugly experience, but I didn't feel any pain. It looked really painful, but I didn't feel any pain. The only thing that you guys can actually see, I have really bad dark circles right now from the swelling and all that. And I'm actually taking arnica, which I'm not taking anymore on a daily basis, but arnica is the natural product that you can, comes in a pill. It's from in a pill. Comes from a flower, and they're small, little, tiny pills. And you take about 5 every 3 times a day. You can find them at Whole Foods. When I took the cast off, I was a little like, oh my gosh, my nose looks so weird because this was so swollen. It was like this, like a freaking clown nose. And I love the profile, obviously, because the bump was completely gone. And my doctor did such an excellent job because you cannot see any incision whatsoever. My nose looks like I didn't get any plastic surgery, which is great. It looks very natural, and he did a great job. And I have a few exercises that I have to do. One of them is to grab my 2 index fingers and just kind of press on the side like this. Just apply some pressure, and then also take this finger and then apply some pressure on the bridge, and also just take these 2 fingers and then kind of go like this. And this is going to help with the swelling. Just kind of, you know, and also pinch the tip of my nose, which feels a little weird. But as the days went by, my nose started to clear up, and you know, each day, I think after the first week, everything started to look a lot better, and really dramatically a lot better. So overall, I think the healing process was really quick. I just feel that the physical aspect of it, as far as if you look after the surgery, it's really bad, guys. And I'm a little iffy about showing you guys those pictures because they're really graphic, and I think they might be a little too much to show. But if I don't, I might just pop one up somewhere in this video. And yeah, I'll post a before and after picture because I haven't seen my doctor after they took my cast off to take the before and after pictures. But I'm going to see him in 2 months for the before and after. And I'll share with you guys that one later. But yeah, that's my experience as far as plastic surgery. And I went to the Katy Perry release party, and that day, out of all the days that it could have happened, my nose swelled up like a sausage. So you guys, I actually came out on TV because I was in the front row. So the camera was like going around to the people that were clapping and all that, and they shot my profile like they always do. And you can see that my eyes are red, and then my nose looks like a freaking sausage. So I was like, because my friend dragged me, and I was like, I don't want to go. I'm going to look like a freaking sausage. And she's like, you'll be good, you'll be good. And we didn't know we were going to be on TV, so, I mean, whatever. I was enjoying Katy Perry. I wasn't really that worried about my nose anyways. But, yeah, that's pretty much my plastics. Okay, this thing is bothering me. Want to mention a few things. You know, plastic surgery does not change you mentally. You know, you don't go in a certain type of person and come out a vain person who cares all about her looks. And the way that I see it, for me at least, plastic surgery is a luxury, and if you can afford it, you know, and you want something to fix yourself, anything that you want to do, I feel, to make yourself feel better, why not do it? It's just like working out or getting your braces. It's just that a lot of people are so anti-plastic surgery, or just some people plain out don't understand it, or just, you know, they're so easy, or just like to judge very easily because, I don't know, there's just a lot of reasons and a lot of drama that kind of seems to arise from the word plastic surgery in the media, in social media, everything. So yeah, I'm a pretty open book, and that's why I decided to share it with you guys. And I just don't want you guys to think that, you know, I don't want a little girl to look at my video and feel like plastic surgery is going to give you confidence, because it's not going to give you confidence. Like I said, plastic surgery does not change the way you feel. You know, it might make you feel better once you see your nose, but that's if you're already a secure person, and that's already if you love yourself, and you can love yourself and love your body the way that you are and get plastic surgery. Because like I said, it doesn't change you. You don't go in with bad self-esteem and come out all, you know, like with great self-esteem, and you don't come out loving yourself, because it doesn't change you eternally. You know, you have to love yourself first, which is why I feel like plastic surgery should be done when you are sure about who you are and as a grown adult. And yeah, that's the way I feel about it, guys, and that's my personal opinion. And I hope some of you respect that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little informative video. And it's a little bit more obviously controversial, but nonetheless, I mean, I wanted to share it with you. So yeah, any thoughts that you might have down below, or any thoughts that you might have, leave them down below. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks for joining me today. And I love you. Take care and see you soon. Bye.